Ripping the mini jet. This is John, the owner.
Howdy. How's it going?
So, what's the details, man?
Oh, it's pretty basic. It's a 2020 Jetstream hull, 12-foot Headwater chassis. That's what you want to call it. It's got a 12-degree hull on it with half-inch Teflon on the bottom, quarter-inch bottom with a quarter-inch delta pad, quarter-inch stringers. It's all gusseted up. It's built like a brick shit house. Can take quite the pounding, and then we got a good deal on a messed up Sea-Doo here in town for about 1,700 bucks. It was just a 155 horse naturally aspirated Vortec motor. Goes along pretty good. Gets the boat up to about 75k an hour with 2 guys and a little bit of gear. Enough to get you in trouble, that's for sure. And yeah, it's pretty much it. It came as an empty tub, so there was no steering, no gauges, there was no windows in it, the seats weren't there, the floor, well, there's not really a floor in it, but everything that holds,
in due time. In due time,
but everything that holds the seats up as is all been custom made here in Yellowknife by yours truly. So it's not the prettiest thing, but it works. And then you had to do motor mounts, gas tank mounts, had to line up the pump and everything like that, had to build a gauge cluster, had to do all the wiring, had to lengthen 2 or 3 harnesses to make everything reach, had to get a few other add-ons from other companies like Mini Jet Inc. Had to get the throttle controls from them and their heat exchanger, because at the time Jetstream didn't sell them, but now they do, so that helps out for anyone that's ever in the market. But yeah, it was a good build. I got it pre-assembled, so it was just an empty hull, but it still took about 4 weeks to 12-hour plus days and a lot of swearing and cussing and trying to figure things out. But yeah, it's definitely a fun toy, and you can get in a lot of cool spots that a lot of other people can't really get to. And it's definitely a conversation piece to have at the boat dock or the boat launch, whatever you want to call it.
You gonna give me a walkthrough here?
Yeah, sure.
What'd you steal the seats out of?
I got a good deal of the seats. It came out of an 85 Chev. Ended up trading them for the stock original seat that would have been in the truck at the time. So that was a really good deal there. Comes with the walk-through windshield kit from Jetstream. It's a must in my mind, because you're always getting up over the bow and everything. But as you can see, there's no floor really in it right now. This is all we got, but it works. Got too excited over the summer and just been driving it, so.
That's the custom seat bracket he was talking about.
But yeah, they're fully adjustable on slides, so move it back and forth with ease.
So you can stand up while you're ripping up the rapids and whatnot.
Got a fully adjustable steering helm here, also from Jetstream. And then we got our dual lever throttle and reverse here from Mini Jet Inc. This is your throttle right here, and then you got a nice reverse dump bucket right here as well. And then back here, it's just where all the magic happens is back here.
This is where most of the cursing and swearing happened.
Don't mind that.
Working out the kinks. This is like first month of ownership.
But yeah, this is it. 155 horse, naturally aspirated, no supercharger, none of that fancy stuff. Gets down on the maintenance cost. You got to rebuild your supercharger every 70 to 100 hours, depending on how hard you're really ripping it. So this, for long hunting trips or anything like that, this makes it a lot more user-friendly. Just change the oil, keep up with your coolant, make sure your sand trap's clear.
Yeah, and 70, you said 70 to 100 hours?
Yeah, every 70 to 100 hours, you got to rebuild your supercharger, so it's kind of an inconvenience. So
how many hours have you put on this year?
This year, I'm just cresting over about 55 hours on it, and it's only been in the water since end of June.
Yeah, and it's August 12th, 13th today, so
yeah, lots of time.
Yeah, so that's the unit. You said you had to do some custom fabbing for the muffler there?
Yeah, originally the Sea-Doo came with original 2 big water pipes on it, and just was too inconvenient to really fit under the hull with all the piping and everything we had to do. So we ended up deleting one water pipe altogether, and then taking this one and actually cut 7 inches off of it to make it fit exactly where we wanted it to make, just because the gas tank was a little bigger than we expected when it showed up, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, especially with the bigger tank too, because increases your range by quite a bit now.
Oh yeah, like we have, there's a few other Jetstreams here in town, and they're in a 10-foot hull actually, and they're still running the stock Sea-Doo tank, which is only about 60 liters, and they run out of gas, and I'm just starting to come off full, so it's actually a huge difference in the tank.
And still, like, technically, you could fit a lot bigger tank again still, even if you wanted to.
Oh, there's tons of room.
Yeah.
You got room all up under the bow, everything like that.
Yeah. There's a little storage. In time, could be a storage cubby. Got the excited fever going on here and want to get fucking ripping. Which I would be no different if I owned this fucking boat.
Yeah, exactly. Upgraded the battery up to actual marine boat battery. Just had a regular ATV battery or Sea-Doo battery in it before, so upgraded that. Made it a lot easier. You never have to worry about running low on juice if you forget to leave an accessory on or something like that. Silly. I've left the Bill John once or twice.
And that's one of the many action packers, but like that's still a lot of space on that side. Technically, you put storage.
Yeah, no,
For the people who do the hunting or something like that, or you just want to go camping for the weekend, you could actually put quite a bit of shit in there.
Oh, for sure. There's tons of storage room in it, and that's the biggest thing people say with all the small boat is, oh, you can't take as many people, you don't have as much gear space. Well, as you can see, there's tons of space in here to use. You got on top of the engine cover to use, you got the back swim platform, you got behind the seats here, you got on the deck, or on the bow I should say. So you got all this real estate really to use to put shit. And even with the fuel tank being on the one side and having a heavier set individual on the same side, it may sit a little weird when you're idling around, but as soon as you step up on plane, the boat just smooths right out, nice and straight. You're not fighting it at all.
Holy fuck, your raccoon eyes are popping, man.
Oh, they're so bad. It's all that boating.
Yeah, she's a fucking pretty deadly rig here. And you were saying about the cluster here too?
Yeah, that's
they
sent me the cluster welded together, but it didn't have the hole cut out for it or anything.
This whole piece right there.
Yeah, so none of that was actually put on there, so I had to put that on there, find placement, cut a hole in the dash, and had to cut the hole out of here to make the gauges fit into it nicely. And same thing with the desk module, and I just did the best I could with the stop and start button without having to really hack into the harnesses for right now. So I was just able to take that off the Sea-Doo handlebars and stick it right there, and it actually works out pretty good. It's really convenient for the driver.
Yeah, and I'm sure that switch is all waterproof if it's on a Sea-Doo, so
100%.
Definitely an important piece of the
holders
puzzle.
are full of shit right now, but that's what they're there for.
She definitely gets the job done, and you have a fucking great time doing it.
Yeah, we got the extra chime support there on the outer corner. An absolute must in the terrain that we deal with. As you can see, we're all on rock everywhere we deal with.
As he's talking right there.
So it does an amazing job with keeping the corner protected. Even if you do take a hard hit in there and mess up the angle, you can just cut it off and your actual corner of the boat will stay intact. So it's kind of a wear item. So you just drive it till as she needs, and when you're done with it, cut it off and put a new section on.
What were you saying? You were telling me about the hull, the thicknesses.
Yeah, the bottom's all quarter. Same with the delta pads, 1/4 inch. The stringers are all 1/4. I believe the sides are 1/8 inch, so they're a little bit thinner, but still tough enough to take some hits. I've had some logs actually hit the side dead on, and it's actually broke the fucking log off. So. Doesn't dent up very easy. I've debated putting a set of rub rails on that you'll see on like a nice Thunder Jet or a Brad Jet or something like that. They have a rub rail that goes down the center of the side of the hull there, just to stop from that actual denting portion. Gives a little more strength on the side.
I'm sure they're kind of worried about their paint too, but
yeah, exactly.
Fuck that shit.
No, don't need paint for up here. I think you're constantly scraping it off rocks or trees or something. So for me, paint's not really a thing right now. Maybe later on down the road we'll maybe do a wrap or something, but for right now in the tight places that we're going, we'll just leave her bare and let her do her thing.
Fuck yeah. So let's get some video of this bitch ripping now.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, she's a fucking unit, guys.